Hello, this is Wednesday 13, and you're watching my ugly ass on megametal.net. It's been great. I mean, we've been pretty much playing like non-stop every single night, and it's pretty tough because we've been out since, well, we started rehearsals in July, so I've been singing every day for about 35 days so far. So
wow,
that's pretty rough.
Wow.
And we don't take breaks. We're not the kind of band that plays a show and comes on the bus and goes to sleep. And it's pretty much all night. We usually don't get to bed until we see the sun comes up. We have wrestling matches and things going on in here at night, so it's probably a little more active in here than it is on stage. That's why we get the donkey party game on the wall.
Nice.
and the Age Freely portrait. The show in LA at the Whiskey was probably one of the best ones so far, and most of the Texas dates are really good as well. So I mean, there's been we did like the day I was looking at the dates, I was like, did we play there yet? Did we play Milwaukee? Did we play Denver? Because I keep forgetting where we're at most of the time. But I mean, there really hasn't been any show that was bad or anything at all. I mean, it's just, but the Whiskey was probably the one that stood out the most. So. I mean, I always, I never deny me. I mention Alice Cooper's name so much, it's ridiculous, but I mean, he's definitely the guy that really got me into wanting to do the whole theatrical makeup and even the horror influenced lyrics. I mean, a lot of people will first say, oh, you must like the Misfits. Well, I like the Misfits now, but when I first started doing this, I mean, I'm still a new Misfits fan. I've probably gotten to them maybe around 98, 99, and I never listened to the old stuff. I mean, I'm a fan now. I went back and rediscovered, but all my punk or horror influences came strictly from Alice Cooper and Ramones. So, but yeah, like Alice Cooper, Kiss, Twisted Sister, Ramones. I mean, even as a lot of people probably don't even realize it either, but it's like I listen to like old school country stuff like Johnny Cash and David Allan Coe, and a lot of that stuff is just as much of an influence. Maybe it doesn't show as much, but that's all we really listen to on our bus is like old country music. And people always try to just come here and, I mean, I'm playing Motley Crue right now, but usually after the show it's all like David Allan Coe and Hank Williams Jr. I mean, you can't fuck with Frank.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Quick.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
how long was it?
5 days.
Wow.
Bang, 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 bang. And it wasn't a band, it was basically my drummer at the time, who played on the last record. He did all his drum tracks in one day. I came back each day and wrapped it up in 5 days.
Wow.
So,
wow.
I played all the guitar and sang on it. The engineer at the studio, he did all the bass tracks on the record and helped me with background vocals and things like that. So, but yeah, it was quick, man. It was probably the quickest I've ever done anything in a long time. That was just the mindset I had with this record. I wanted to make a fun, simple record, and that came through, I think, on the music side of it as well as the recording and writing. I mean, I wrote the whole record in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I recorded it in a week.
Wow.
So I don't believe in the Def Leppard hysteria, Chinese democracy approach to making a record.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long I want to be around, so I put a record out each year if I can. So. Yeah. I mean, I got it all. It's kind of weird. I got it all in like different tracks. Like, luckily through computer now you can. The guy would send me a track at a time, and I'd put it into my iPod and my iTunes, and I'd make the playlist. And I mean, and I listened to it over and over and over. I mean, this is how I wanted it. I was even really picky about the way I wanted the songs in the order they were as well. Because to me, a record has to flow a certain way. You don't put, because there's only so many things I do on the record. I don't want to make fast. That's why I make a record like a roller coaster. Start off fast, next song a little different. That way it flows better.
Yeah.
Well, I also, there's a lot of people that'll make a record and go, well, let's write 4 good songs, and then the rest of the songs will be filler or whatever. And I don't believe in that. It's like, I mean, I threw a lot of songs away that I thought were filler to me, in my mind, and I didn't even bother recording them. You know, I don't record filler songs. To me, I record what I like, and every song on that record, I sit back and listen to carefully. And, you know, even before we recorded, I demoed all these songs at my house, and I listened to them for a couple weeks and made sure they were going to withstand the test of time. You got to go on tour and play these songs for a year or two, or the rest of your life. You know, you want it to be stuff that you like, that you're going to like 10 years from now. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I had the same mentality. You know, like last year with Roadrunner, our PR lady was like, "Well, I told any magazines that didn't like the record, just don't review it." And I said, "Let them say what they want to say. I don't care. You know, if they say I suck, I don't care." You know, I believe in the Nikki Sixx mentality of, you know, bad press is good press.
Oh yeah.
You know, as long as they're talking about you.
Yeah.
Whenever they stop talking about you, that's when you get worried.
Yeah.
You know, let them say whatever they want. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care. I mean, it's an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it feels great to read a review and go, "This is the greatest record." But you know, it looks like on Spinal Tap, when they're talking about all their records, they get, you know, the shark sandwich was shit sandwich. You know, it's hilarious. That's the kind of, so you find the beauty in something like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how the title for the last record, the Transylvania, the songs of Death, Dying, and the Dead, came from a review someone did of me. It said that I had no lyrical content, it was mature, and I sing songs about death, dying, and the dead. And I laughed so hard, and I wrote it down, and that became the name of the record.
Wow.
So that was a good example of the bad press kind of thing, how that works out. That's exactly where that came from.
Wow.
Yeah, we got the video for the song "Home Sweet Homicide" that we shot that right before the tour started, and that actually may be coming online, I think, tonight. I heard.
Wow.
So come on through, Todd. So yeah, we just finished that up. It looks great, and I think they're going to try to premiere it online tonight or this weekend or something like that. It's funny. It's basically all my videos. People always know me to do like the whole, "Oh, it's going to be spooky and a horror thing." And it's like, when I get painted into a corner, I don't like that. You know, that's what I do. So I try to do something different. So for this video, and you can see in the record, there's more white than it is black, and which is the whole anti-God thing almost. And the video, we shot the band on all white, and everything. We got a white drum set. Everything's basically all white except for us. And the concept of the video is basically follows this clown who has a fight with his clown girlfriend because she's cheating on him, and he gets pissed off and starts walking through town, and the band's got cameos in throughout it, so he'll run into them like a convenience store, and one part he runs into our bass player, and he's at an ice cream stand, he shoves the ice cream in his face, our drummer Racy's on like a little motor scooter, and the clown rips him off the motor scooter and steals it, and the cops chase him, and there's a whole big story. This clown is just miserable, and his girl cheated on him, and at the end of the video, it ends with, because he comes in the house in the beginning, he sees clown shoes on the floor, and then come to find at the end of the video, I'm the clown she was cheating on.
Nice.
And so it's pretty stupid.
Cool.
But it turned out great.
Cool.
And the best part was trying to explain it to our record label. I was like, "What's the concept?" I'm like, "All right, so we got this clown." They're like, "You want us to give you money to do this? You're out of your mind." So after weeks and weeks of trying to convince them, they went through it, and the day they were saying just how great it turned out. So hopefully I convinced them that even though it may sound like a ridiculous idea, I got it in my head. I already got the picture. Same with the record, I got it all in my head. Just give me a chance to put it out. So it turned out great. Out of the blue, I mean, I was working a job in North Carolina, and I was doing my band Frankenstein track music at the time, and basically just got in touch with Joey. He actually found me. He was a fan of the band. I had no idea, and he's like, "Look, I'm putting a project together. Are you interested in coming into it?" And I was like, Yeah, you know, I mean, because at that point in the Frankenstein Drag Queen history, I was the only original member, and we'd been through lineups, and it's just at a point where I thought, well, am I the only guy that's into this? You know, and because I wrote all the music and I designed everything that we did, and I just did. It just got to that point where I was, well, look, here's an opportunity. I can go play with somebody that's already got their foot in the door. Because how many bands get a chance? I mean, there's bands that'll struggle their entire lives and never get to do it. And a lot of people, you know, back home and knew me and stuff. You know, for a while it was like a lot of people going, oh, you sell out, you sold out to go play with the guy from Slipknot. It's like, look, I took an opportunity, and the opportunity now has allowed me to be able to tour. And I've been, you know, touring for like 4 or 5 years now. You know, on my own second record, and you know, it's like if I wouldn't have done Murder Dolls, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. You know, it's a weird thing. Like I talked to Joey about doing a new record right before I did this one, and he was like, "Well, look, I'm doing Ministry for several months. If we do it, we'll have to do it at this time, but we can only tour for this amount of time." And it's like, put all that work into something, and if it isn't going to be able, if we can't really do it right and tour right, then we shouldn't do it right then. So I said, look, just do Ministry. I'm going to do my own thing right now, and we'll see what happens when everybody's done with the stuff. If there's a window of opportunity to do it, and we still want to do it, we'll do it. But I never closed the door on it. I never said it's over with, because as soon as you say, we're done, we're broke up, then all of a sudden it's a reunion. You know, it's on hold right now. And I don't know when or if it will or what, but it's always a possibility. I love it. I mean, it took, I mean, I just got into it, I guess, the end of last year, and it's probably one of the most effective tools I've seen for any up-and-coming band or bands that are trying to get signed, because it's just, you're there. I mean, it's a pipeline. Not to think it leads directly to hell, but it's just, it's great, man. It's like, we got all these people that can come check it out. They listen to music. It's almost bands don't really need a website anymore. As long as they got a MySpace page and your tour dates and your music, it's more personal, you know. And it's like, it's better than a website, you know. And you know, I have my own music page, I have my own personal page, and I get fans writing all the time. And it's almost kind of like back in the day when you write a letter to Gene Simmons, you go, man, you guys are great. You know, Gene wouldn't write back because it's a lot of work. Here on MySpace, somebody writes you and says something. It's easy. It's your fingertips. Send, and it's almost like you can do fan mail that way. So it's a really cool thing to do that.